Oh, we're live. We're live with the wrong title. Let's get that fixed. Okay, title is fixed. Title is fixed. Pick up the Gwenpool. Cool beans. And we're just gonna get after the ladder. Almost want to snap back. Maybe could snap back. I think I'm snapping back. If for no other reason than my opponent puts nothing down. I don't know. I guess, is this the Mobius? I'm gonna feel dumb if this is Mobius. Oh. Is Gwenpool an Arishem inclusion? How did it... I don't know how that should work. Or not. And I think I'm fine not playing these other cards. Yeah, as a main deck, Gwenpool and Arishem. I guess I could see the value there. I don't know if it's worth a spot. But, interesting. And I'll feel bad if this is a Mobius. Oh, I see. I see. That's what that snap meant. And then what am I worried about from myself here? I don't think there's a ton. I don't think that there is a ton. I'll put an angel over here. Go. Do not love my position. That is absolutely crazy that his Gwenpool seems to have hit the Loki that many times. I think... do I... I could certainly hold the Loki. The question... the problem, as it were, is if it hits... if it generates expensive cards on the final turn, even though I have more options, I'm only playing one of those things. Need to draw pretty lucky here. You don't say! I'm not going to play Mystique because of random cannonball purposes, but I feel like I'm in a pretty okay position here. I can't see what else he plays left that gets over the top. Maybe he's got Mockingbird in there. Oh, well, that could get not big enough. Nah, it got big enough. Well, first game of the season, casual A-Cube loss to some pretty devastating bad luck. What can you do? But continue onward. this is a pretty strong hand. I can afford... I need to sort out my ladder to... excuse me, Conquest to ladder play adjustments a little bit more. Oh, we like this. We're gonna do... Gonna generate some cards. Well, is that... Is that actually... I'm drawing... I'm getting rid of 2 cards to draw 2 cards. Versus I could just play Mockingbird. I think I kind of like this. And I have the option of just Lokiing at the following turn with just that many more cards.
Got him!
Oh yeah, this is pretty hot. Well, is it? Coulson started in my decks as actually going to reduce... I think... I think I'm fine being pretty greedy here. I think I'm fine being pretty greedy. I can blink and then next turn Mockingbird Loki. I kind of like that line. I'm gonna get pretty big middle. Okay, well, I'm not getting my... not getting my Star-Lord back. That's fine. That's fine. My opponent's got it all. Alright, I don't quite even know what I am gunning for here from this Loki. Yeah, that's not ideal. Elsa Bloodstone is pretty cool. How to get biggest. I don't think I can get big enough left. This might be a run. I have no way to... I just don't think I can get big enough left, and he can put down a... Or is that just running too scared? So if we know that we're throwing left... Can't actually get a ton of useful clicks off of Angela. This is this I guess is the most power, but he is... Yeah, I'm not adding a ton, right? He can just... I'm retreating. I'm going to retreat later. I got a pretty weak Loki there.
Escaped.
The board space that I had. Let's call it. Just call it next game. This is another adjustment to the... another adjustment to the Conquest ranked pipeline I find myself on. Alright, you can have yourself a little... Well, I want to give him Patriot. No, I'll give him Quicksilver. is feeling like a bot, but they did get into Luke's bar, so I can't be too aggressive about it. I guess I can be in a position to potentially get 8 cubes if they feel like giving them to me. Okay. I don't love Enchantress in there, but so what? Silver Samurai is just any random card. Lowest power card. All right, I'm good getting rid of Patriot here. Although Enchantress makes is a +1. I actually don't hate Enchantress in here because then Patriot goes to work on him. We're doing this. Yep, I'm comfortable calling this a bot.
Enchantress.
We'll do one of these snaps too. And hopefully they snap back next turn because, well, hopefully they don't play Castle Zemo and go behind in the left lane. I would love for them to snap back. Get those 8 cubes back that RNG took away from me a moment ago. Alright, give me the Blade, Tossstone, Bishop, and probably the next card will give him the lead in Zemo. And I can get a snap back. Hey! Hydrating with cold brew coffee. I don't even know if that's hydrating. My opponent does not snap back. How dare you? Oh, we're drops. We are drops. I think we do this. I believe my opponent is a bot. But aggravatingly, they did not snap back at me, giving me the 8 cubes that I feel I deserve. I did get Gwen. I am a purchaser of the Season Pass. I always buy the Season Pass, whether the card is good or not. I don't spend any other money in this game.
All systems go.
But the Season Pass is, like, cost-efficient enough that I just always go for it. Alright, we're banking on this as being a bot that always loses. Well, it's actually... Is this more power? I guess this is ultimately... Yeah, this is slightly more power. And it has the benefit to... If he dumbly plays something on Luke's bar. Alright, so we're hoping that this is a bot and he's playing something under 13 power there. Okay, we're still good. That was close.
Man.
Honestly, that's maybe smarter. Some of the Season Pass cards are truly... Not wretched, but, like, you just know... Like, I'm never going to use this card. I try to... Black Swan kind of comes to mind. There's just occasionally ones like, I'm not interested in this at all. It's purely just... I want to stay ahead on the economy a little bit. Oh, yeah, so I am... This is like... I have not been streaming long. And the new season went live an hour ago. This is maybe my 4th game. In the first game, my opponent... my opponent was playing an Arisham deck, and he was main decking Gwenpool. And he played it, and it landed directly on his Loki 3 times, and he took me for 8 cubes. It was very, very upsetting. Now, that said, this game is going horribly. So, if my opponent wants to snap, I'm likely to give it to him. We'll see how it goes. I think we can just Legion here. You said haven't gotten Gwen yet. Do you intend to? I have not. I'm also... I consider myself very good at certain things in this game, but evaluating cards is not one of them. I think Gwenpool has a time and a place, but I do not know... like how much or not that is true. So my opponent's playing a Clog thing. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they want to do a White Widow left, and I'm kind of... or Goblin. I'm kind of fine playing along an Arrowing left. What we would love to see is a White Widow left, and then they think they're filling me up, but in fact, I'm filling them up. Perfect. That is not how I expected the fill-up to go, but that is, in fact, what happened. Now, I could... kind of like snapping here.
Oh, snap.
There's absolutely an argument to not doing this. But even if I pull his Red Hulk, I have tools to deal with that next turn. I'm hoping that I don't pull a Goblin. The tragedy here is that if I pull a big Hobgoblin, I'm going to be pretty sad about it. Oh, that's interesting. This favors me in the situation, unless I also pull the big Goblin. Okay, great, don't care. Okay. We win. Unless this pulls Shang-Chi. Don't... Okay. Alright, so we should be good. My opponent, now, notably, I have to get over 9 power. So what I cannot do is simply play a naked Nick Fury. I'm going to Alioth here for maximum power. I could get cute and do Jane Foster's Thor to kind of pretend like I'm digging for stuff, but we're just going to Alioth. And I don't think that there's a card in the deck that beats me here. We can simply... sorry, a card that he would ever run that beats me. So, assuming that he lets me collect my 4 cubes, we are happy. I'm pretty happy that I pulled that exact sequence of cards because it gave him a little bit of hope to stay in the game. And Magic definitely gave me the time to actually beat him. I don't know if he's going to give me 4 cubes. I have played against this guy a lot of times, and I think he's pretty good. How are you doing today, Gripsmoke Tecmo? I watched your Tecmo stream a couple days ago, and thank you for the 4 cubes, opponent. And you were playing against an opponent that you seemed like you didn't think that you were going to be able to beat, and you beat him, and you were pretty happy about that. It was like his name was, I believe, 3 letters. Might have been JDL. I don't know. Anyway, belated congratulations, and we're almost back to square one. That might have been it. That might have been it. My Diet Coke addled brain doesn't work so good sometimes. I remember in this game, I was actually talking to Catherine about this very thing. In that game, your opponent was on, and I'm maybe fudging this a little bit, but they were on their own 20, 30 yard line. And their quarterback, at the beginning of the play, I hate that, just turned around, ran a straight line back into... Oh, this is actually kind of fun. If they play something in Aunt May's and it moves, my Namor is going to be bigger than it. I'm not going to snap here because Mobius cooks me, but like I'm about to kill his Loki, and that's cool. Is my opponent running Arishem or just naked Loki? He's running Arishem, and he pulled Mobius and a random Loki. Good for you, buddy. Anyway, he ran a straight line back into his own end zone, turned around, and then threw like a 100-yard pass attempt. And it missed, or it was a failed pass, but it barely missed. And everyone was kind of normal about it. You weren't like, oh, what a dumbass Hail Mary. And I was like, is this normal? Can you just do that? Can you just turn around and throw 100-yard pass attempts? And if so, I think that you're all playing... Okay, my opponent with a Loki and a Mobius down. You can have this cube. It seems stupid to do anything else. It seems like you should always just throw 100-yard passes. And, Brian, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. We're doing some ranked laddering. It's the beginning of the new season. And I have been not playing long, but in the little bit that I have been playing, I have had below average luck. We're hoping to turn that around. There's one guy that does... Well, that's how I would be doing it. If I was playing this game, that is exactly how it would be going. My opponent running not an Orisham deck, and he discarded a White Widow. I actually don't know. This is a little embarrassing gap in my knowledge. I do not know if Phoenix Force is going to turn on, or is going to resurrect a discarded card. I very much don't want him to turn into a 12-power Ebony Maw, but if that happens, that happens. Okay, it didn't. Oh, Werewolf Buddies! He's actually running a Werewolf deck. Alright, that's not a powerful card, but we clock his White Widow. Good for you. Even less powerful card. We're feeling pretty good. White Tiger feels pretty good. Is this even a snap? I'm fine snapping. We do not want to White Tiger on Hala. This is just big ol' bounce time.
Hey man, I'm cool.
Well, I would love to Loki, but Cannonball's a pretty powerful card. And his general, what do you call it? His, base card, his base cards aren't that useful to me. So I think we're going to do Cannonball for power and hope for the best. Alright, so he ain't getting any bigger. I think this wins. I'm always going to win X Mansion. Yeah, he's not getting any bigger in right. And I guess what he could have a if he just does a Cannonball. Yeah, this is I can't imagine a card that this deck runs. A sequence of cards as this deck runs that would beat me here. Boy, that is a sick Nico. Grip Smoke, may I draw your attention to the sick Nico Minaru. Pretty sick. Alright, my opponent stays in. I don't know what they have that beats me here. That's a bunch of power. Not enough power. Woo!
Victory.
And we're back to positive cubes. It only took 5 games. Are you gentlemen familiar with the... Oh, yes. Yeah, that's I'm glad that you're aware of this Nico news. I probably should have told you. I didn't think to. My opponent might be a bot. I didn't pay attention to the load speed. Are you familiar with I think it's a silent film. It's a comedy. It's possibly black and white. Actually, I think it is color. And it's called Hundreds of Beavers, and it came out in the past 2 years, and it's like an indie film. Okay, this is not feeling like a bot. Well, it's called Hundreds of Beavers, and it is like a slapstick comedy where one guy is tormented by hundreds of beavers, and the beavers are all played by adult humans in beaver costumes, and I desperately want to see this movie. It's only in art house stuff. It's showing in like this art house play. This is not playing like a bot, although my opponent has Angel in his deck. What the hell is happening? I don't know if my opponent is a bot or just a player with the weird collection level. Alright, well, let's just throw down... I guess Dr. Octopus and hope for the best. I guess we could lock up left. Is that smarter? It should be filmed in Beaver Creek. Anyway, Hundreds of Beavers is showing, like, this weekend at the Grand Illusion, but I think it's sold out. And I'm so mad I didn't think to get tickets earlier. You know, I actually might want to Crossbones here. I don't know if I'm going to stay ahead, and I have time. So let's Crossbones here. I'm snapping. My opponent has Angel in their deck. I am snapping. I think that this is either a bot or somebody that I can beat. Now my opponent just has 2 cards in their hand. Let's do this. Absolutely an argument to Octopusing right or Octopusing left. Plays every single card. This is for sure a bot.
I definitely need to change my underwear.
Pulling the Deadpool. The 0 power Deadpool. Thank you very much, Random Scorpion. Okay. That locks that up. Let's just do that. I can't imagine. Unless they drew a colossal... a big... I can't think of what they would draw. Death that they're going to put right now? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think my opponent might just be a bot. I think it's possible.
Victory.
Anyway, I was going to maybe organize an outing to go see Hundreds of Beavers. But, tragically, I think tickets are impossible. Which is so dumb for such a, small movie. Show it a little bit more. It's so fascinating. And I think it's very good. Well, that's what I mean. I have on my calendar, I actually have on my calendar that you're coming on Thursday. Maybe that's just you are arriving on Thursday. Please, Grip Smoke Tecmo, regale me. Oh, Meek into cloning bets. What the hell? Love it. Okay, I don't know anything about anything, clearly. Tell me what is actually happening. Coming Friday. Man, my opponent, this is some discard. Where is the tournament on Saturday? Is it in a Tacoma place? Okay, what do we want to do here? We can get cute with, like, repeating dinosaurs. It's not a card that I like. I mean, I don't... Super Scroll, that isn't even ongoing. Like, I could maybe copy a Morbius, but that doesn't do much, so we'll toss Dagger and call it a day. Alright, Swarms 4 days, my opponent has. Draculagon, I kind of like to see that. I can take Asgard from him if I really truly want to, but I think I would rather have copies of Devil Dinosaur. Destroyer, pretty fun. Just kidding. Well... No, we're making a copy dinosaur. We could be discarding stuff right now that makes us bigger and I don't even win. Yeah. We didn't fight for. Is there a new card with Beesworth? There are 2 new cards this week. We have a new card for quote-unquote the month. That one is good. It's Gwenpool. And then Hydra Bob, which I've never heard of before, I'm guessing he's part of Hydra, is terrible. It is actually, like, people are confused in the Marvel Snap community why are how this has happened. It is a joke of a card. It is some truly hot garbage. So I can here do things like get colossally big on the left, which is interesting. But he has just a million swarms in his hand. I think I kind of have to do this. But then again, that gives me no draws at anything to be good. He can move his Meeks. He could just Modok again. This is, I mean, my opponent, if he snaps, I'm gone. I think it's just the correct play. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Daredevil, Bib? Oh, Bob. Plus tank. Yeah, that's true. Jesus Christ. So, for clarity, this list is not broadly very strong. This is kind of a meme list that my opponent is running. But when it cooks, it cooks, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So I think I'm capable of calling left a win, but I can't get bigger than anything else. I don't have a Shang-Chi, so we retreat later. My opponent snaps any of the previous 2 turns, 3 turns. I'm gone.
Escape.
You're the first comic appearance of Bob Well with any luck. So there is historical precedence here. Whenever a new card is released in Marvel Snap, and it's garbage, like just well below the quality of threshold that is any level of okay, they will often buff it, not terribly long after it comes out, to great controversy, and actually it becomes a, like, not just a staple in the Marvel Snap meta, but also much more well-known. For example, U.S. Agent, which, yeah, he was in the Captain America, or the Falcon Winter Soldier series. He has grown in fame and estimation due to his shit release and subsequent buffing in Marvel Snap, and I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the quote-unquote first... My hand is so bad. The first appearance of U.S. Agent was improved by his appearance in Marvel Snap, and perhaps that will also be true of Hydra Bob. Perhaps Hydra Bob is so bad that they'll give him a nice, healthy buff, and then it'll become so popular that your Hydra Bob comic will become just incredibly valuable. So we're gonna rogue here. Oh, my hand is just trash. So my opponent is not running an Arishem deck. He's doing something deliberate with Wong here. And I would love to snap, but my hand is so bad. And I have no, like, use for this Wong I'm about to steal. Other than just take it from him. So I'm not going to snap, but I just need to take this. Yeah, I think I can see, like, just... For
Victory.
Instant retreat! What is the... I mean, I can obviously Google this, but, like, what is the comic? Is it... Why do you own it? I'm guessing you're not a Hydra Bob super fan. Is it an otherwise notable comic? Is it just in a run that you happen to have all of the comics for? Yeah, that would be sick. I mean, super frustrating, but that would be just sick. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My opponent not running Arishem. I am seeing way fewer Arishems today than I would have guessed. I'm cool. I'm cool with just a Loki. Loki and chill. My opponent running a Clog deck. 2 can play at this game, although that's not true because he has Jeff down. Alright, yeah, definitely leave it on for the sweet, sweet drops. This is bad. I've gotten a really bad Loki. He's got Jeff and Great Web. I don't have an ability to kind of do any of that. So we're just kind of not in a good spot. Mana helps me less, so I can do things like this. That's helpful. Whoa! Look at that. Okay, so that's a little bit more. That is sick. So I can fill up his... I mean, I could do some real awkward Shang-Chi stuff to fill up his Great Web, but he still has the Jeff, and the thing that I would do to fill it up is with Titania, which is a nightmare. So we're not going to do that. Okay, Red Skull. Great. I feel like I have to... Oh, you know what? We are going to Shang-Chi here. This is not great, because I do not have a ton of power left. And we know that he has Shang-Chi. And I'm really committing here. I'm staying in, and this might be a colossal mistake. But I think, with just one turn left, like, my opponent needs to add a substantial amount of power. He needs to, so he needs to move Jeff right, and he's down to 6. And then get bigger there. Okay. If I'm my opponent, I can fill up Superflow, but I could also just blob and get bigger. Is 7 power that does beat Superflow a little bit. This might be too cute by half. But I really like fighting for all 3 lanes here. That said, maybe I like this more. No, I don't like this more. Yes, I do. Oh, well, I believe that's a win. Woo! I overthought that. Oh, he's 0 Titanium. Like, why isn't Titanium moving? She's like, boy, my opponent's deck is fucking sick. Holy crap, look at all these splits. This is incredible stuff. Question, how is this game monetized? So, it is, this is a controversial take. I think that free-to-play Marvel Snap is very good. I think they give you a lot. You organically gain your card collection just by organically playing and getting missions every couple of hours, which give you free resources. You can spend money in the shop in many, many different ways, and there's many different currencies, and it's a little bit overwhelming. But the punchline is that there are ways to spend real money that get you cosmetics and the currencies to accelerate your collection faster. And the kind of that on the surface still very good. Like, it's free to play. If you played all day every day for ever, you would eventually get most, or if not all, cards. This is why that's how my game loaded so fast. This is why. The thing is, in recent weeks, no, that's not true. In recent months, they have just been changing how monetization, or how, like the way that card collection at the highest level works. That feels a little bit punitive, and so there's a lot of light controversy about how much you kind of have to spend to have all of the cards at all times. But in my view, that is simply not a huge deal. So there's a lot of different ways to spend money in this game. on various bundles that they have. But the quote-unquote big thing that I like to do is every month there is a season pass and it's $10. And the value that you get for that $10 is pretty high. It is, we'd like this. How many cards? He's been playing all of his cards. Maybe we just do the vault and chill. So by me, the way that I engage with this game is I do not buy any of those weird bundles. I accumulate so much kind of currency organically that I can never spend it all. And it is fine. All I do is my $10 monthly pass, and that kind of gets me all the value that I need. That said, like anything else, you'll find lots of defenders of the system and lots of detractors. I think it's pretty good for free-to-play, broadly. So we snap here. Snap on the bot. Question is, so Gilgamesh gets no bigger. I think we can just Loki here. This is probably gonna win just fine. Now, all this, many of my viewers, folks that I talk about Marvel Snap, are friends in real life, loved ones, and oh, that's a bunch of power. I don't know if I would recommend Marvel Snap to somebody just starting out. Now, for a Marvel fan who like actually collects comics and all that changes the calculus. What is the most power here? Is it just Angela Athena? That feels like the most power. Just to retreat now. I love Marvel Snap. I think it's so much fun. I think that the decision making is super interesting. I love how quick these games are. When I'm not streaming, I can just, oh, I'm waiting for somebody in the bathroom, fire up a game. Or it's a particularly stressful part of a television show that I'm watching right now. I can fire up a game and kind of keep half attention to it. I don't know objectively if this is something I'm like, all right, everybody that I know, drop everything that you're doing and start playing Marvel Snap. I just happen to. And I am broadly enjoying the streaming stuff as well. It's tiring, but it's fun hanging out with folks. My opponent is running an Arshan deck. Good to know. Moon Girl Mockingbird, pretty good.
Opponent snapped.
Don't know it. I don't think that this is a leave. It just maybe my opponent snaps after their cable. Maybe they took my Loki, but I kind of like this. Hercules, doesn't matter. Yeah, no, that's fair. The thing is, games like this are often downright predatory in their monetization. If you don't pay money, like, you're not competing at any kind of level, and it's just gross. And that's not the case here. Like, you can have, and I have had, an amazing time spending no money. I don't need to buy the season pass, but it just makes sense for me. We'll do this, and we will do this. We are care to play the Mockingbird that did not start. Well, I mean, there's an argument that I can get Mockingbird pretty cheap. Do I want to do something like... It's kind of early in the game. I think this is the play. I don't know why my opponent snapped there. Why they snapped on 2. Vision's a cool card. Oh, Darkhawk is a reason to snap on playing an Arshan player. And I had no way to deal with that. Well, I'm glad I didn't feel like I should snap back. Past tense. Like I should snap back, but I'm certainly not going to do that. And if he just has Mystique or Blob, I'm cooked. That makes a ton of sense. But I do have casual, what is it? I have 3 ways to deal with that. 3 out of 15. Possibly he drew, maybe if he cabled a counter, he doesn't like it so much. But we'll do this. I don't know if Cyclops actually makes a meaningful difference here, but I guess there's no reason not to play it, depending on what I draw. I expect a Blob or a Mystique here, yeah. So we're looking for Shang-Chi, we're looking for... No, that's not it. We're out of here. There is a lot of cards in my deck that I could have drawn that beat him there. Question, have I achieved the Twitch affiliate requirements? I have achieved the Twitch affiliate requirements. However, I don't really know what that gets me other than the ability to turn on the beginnings of monetization of this channel, and I don't need that money, and I can't imagine it's a lot of money with my, what do I have, 4 streamers right now? Probably, give or take. Yeah, 4 viewers. So I'm fine leaving it off for now. My, I guess, mentor, his name is Binks. He's, oh, this is actually, I'm in a good spot here. I can do... yeah, I was gonna say I could Master Wolfsbane into Loki into having discounted cards for the final thing. One of the pieces of advice that I got from the guy that is kind of mentoring me through this is there's no rush to turn on affiliate. I think, first of all, you have ads running, and I think you have to keep up certain things, and it becomes a stressful endeavor. And certainly with my viewership now, there's absolutely no purpose to it. That said, if suddenly I get 1 trillion viewers and I can go to partner or whatever the hell that's called, I would, consider that. But I don't know. This is a fun social thing for me to do, and I love cultivating relationships with people in the Snap community. Just in case this thing, I want to do.
What are the odds?
What do you call it? Collaborative streams. I want to be a voice on a. Okay, my opponent has Abby. Are they playing? They're not playing Orisham. Looks like we're doing. I don't know what deck runs. I mean, some kind of zoo. Don't know what deck runs Wasp and Forge. Guess I was gonna say Patriot Brood Absman stuff. Well, we don't like Washington, D.C. as a location, so we'll just go ahead and turn that off. There's Gwenpool. Oh, that's funny. Gwenpool Patriot stuff makes sense, I get it. So what I would love to see... I have priority, I'm gonna do this. What I would love to see is some kind of ability to turn his Patriot off. I think that's the only way we win this. Oh, nope, just kidding. Iron Man,
I
you
am
say?
Iron Man.
Yeah, what, like an Ultron mid, does that just beat us? An Ultron right? I have no idea how to play against this, and my situation's not very strong. So, I can try and compete. Like, this is pretty risky. It's adding 10 power. Do I feel like he can get bigger than... Is there an argument to this? This might just be copium, as they say. One is a big hand. It's probably cheap. I'm out of here. I don't like where I'm at. I think I could possibly win this, but there's just too many unknowns, and
Escape.
I'm not. If he plays anything right, I'm cooked, and any substantial thing left cooks me as well. We're fine. I'm so mad about that first 8 cube loss. I was 16 cubes up, but that said, this feels like a lot. Fun. A thing that people don't talk about too much about spotting bots is the speed that they load into the game. That is a very distinct bot behavior or bot indicator that, if you pay close attention, is a close to a 100% reliable. Yeah, this is a bot indicator of bot status or not. So what we would want to do... Oh, you know what? If I was going to say we could Corvus into... we can go for the miracle... Hope to skip Ghost Rider and get a sick Ghost Rider thing. I don't... This is a funny, amusing sequence here. The extra mana doesn't help me, but... I guess we can do this, and that said Corvus Ghost Rider last turn. I don't know, man. I'm doing this. There's a lot of marginal whatever, so we don't want to hit either. Okay, perfect. That's the perfect card. We want to continue not having priority. Okay, just kidding. We're probably gonna have priority. If you can not have priority, well, snap here. If you can not have priority going into, it's not technical priority. If you can be losing at the beginning of turn 5, bots often snap back and then give you 8 cubes, and that's a cool thing when that happens. Do I maybe even want to just hold here? There's an absolute argument to holding a turn to make them as ahead as I can get them. I'm holding. This is not quote-unquote correct play. What I'm attempting to do is get them to snap back at the end of next turn. He is in hand. I'd love for them to have a Jeff or something to get to miniaturize lab. And what is happening with my opponent matching me beat for beat here? I don't think I'm going to be able to get 8 cubes, but yeah, it is what it is. I am a bot enjoyer. If they want to give me bots every single encounter... Oh, a 10 power vision, you say? Every single encounter through Infinite, that's fine by me. Even into Infinite. If they want to give me bots in Infinity Conquest, which I think is actually possible, I will allow it. Now, the card that I have discarded was Quake, so I'm good to discard again before Ghost Rider, because those are going to be better hits. We do... maybe... maybe a little of this. This feels pretty good. If my opponent stays, I don't know how this bot behavior works. Feels pretty body to me. Oh. That's good to know. I didn't know bot decks had leader in them. Wow, what a weird deck. To give to a bot, anyway. I mean, the deck probably makes sense. Kind of ramp situation.
Victory.
We take those 4 cubes. They spend just as good as other cubes. Double Neg, how are you doing? How's Boston? Are you in the middle of this heat wave that most of us are encountering? We will take a moment to give Orisham a full upgrade. We have seen that there is a bit in the dev chat that Orisham is ostensibly confirmed to quote-unquote be bugged, and they will change it / fix it so that the cards generated by Orisham reflect his whatever 6 split you got. So we're going to be spending a ton of credits getting him up to snuff to some sort of god split with a god border. So yeah, I don't know what kind of universe you live into, but 100 is a bit more than fairly warm, I would say. That's sort of melt territory, I think. But anyway, I hope that you are staying reasonably cool. I would imagine that most Boston area domiciles and businesses are air-conditioned. There are many parts of the country, Seattle kind of in the middle of this pack, where lots of places just do not have air conditioning because it does not often get hot enough to warrant it, and it's kind of miserable if you don't have it. But places like, say, Phoenix, no place in Phoenix would not have air conditioning. Alright, yeah, that is not a good split, but I don't think I have split Arisham enough to have a good split. I think it's starting the next split, it can be good. And we don't even stop at black and white or gold. For Arisham specifically, because I expect to play Arisham for days, weeks, months, Cassandra Nova notwithstanding, I will be upgrading until I have some level of God split. Gain collection level and upgrade a card. Yeah, we did that. We did that twice. Are you, the store you work at needs a new AC unit or something. Are you right now in the refrigeration unit of the store that you work at? Please say that you are, because that's amazing. Opponent not doing Arisham at your home currently. Well, okay, I guess that's reasonable. Oh, Jesus. Well, good for you, being, like, kind of off work already. That's awesome. I just think it would be sick if you're like, all right, bye, I'm going to take my break and tune into, you know, this guy that I play video games with is playing a game that I don't play anymore. I need to get in this cooler and stop doing work. That's a sick kitty. We'll give that one of those. That's funny that I got Electra. I do not have priority to, or sorry, I unfortunately have priority. Won't be able to take her out. Because I'm guessing, unless they've got Thena, that Kitty's going down left lane this turn. Or Angela. Angela right, Kitty left are the things that I would predict happening. Ravona, okay. Well, now I don't have priority, so that's something. There's a real argument to me Electra-ing right. That would be a funny snipe to do. But as it stands, just turning off Ravona is probably worthwhile with my current mana. That said, they probably have Iron Man or Darkhawk or any number of things that I would rather turn off, but I just have no other play. This is maybe ill-advised. But I don't have a ton of other plays here. I have priority, so one neat thing is if they are playing a weak card in one of the other two lanes, that I get to juke them with the 3 Krakoa opportunities. That said, they don't play in the 3 lanes. That's fine. This is maybe even a snap. The tragedy is, if they have a way to disable my blob, or kill it, of course, I don't have a ton of, like, other... I'm stacking. They could have a Colossal Darkhawk, but I am going to, hopefully, the card that I Krakoa right now is going to be 3 mana or fewer, and I can Shang-Chi. And play something else. So, bottom card of my deck, not bottom card, top card of my deck, 3 or fewer mana, please! Not Arisham? Incredible stuff. That is the single worst card, because now I can't even splash Electra left. Well, I can't leave. If my opponent snaps back, I'm in a bad position, but there's so many things my opponent could have that cook me here. Question is, am I Aura-shimming medium or mid or left? I think we just do this, and then if they have one of the mini cards that beats me, they have one of the mini cards that beats me. My opponent did not retreat, yeah, so they don't play right unless that's Shang-Chi or something that cooks me. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Had it been a well, actually, I had priority, so that wasn't going to work with Electra. But if it had been a 3-cost or fewer card, that's so annoying. Here's my opponent. My opponent is Arishem, Enchantress and Mystique, pretty cool cards. That said, we have not much in the way of other... Oh, I think we're Loki gamers this game, probably. Titan, pretty cool for both of us. This probably means Loki. I'm not leaving, even though he's up a card and some power. We can believe in the heart of the cards. Notably, oh, okay. Snapping on, Stegron. I don't know. Maybe the Iron Man? I don't know what that snap means. Okay, so this is... There's an argument to Coulsoning here, but then what else am I doing? I think we just get the blob down now, and we can do some fun Magneto business next turn. Ah, he is the Magneto gamer. Oh, there's a Gwenpool. That's fun. All right, so we'll do some of these. This isn't quite a snapback. I am vulnerable to lots of things. Having a couple of rogues is real cool. Notably, Rogue is not coming along for the ride. Notably, Mystique is not coming along for the ride. But having Shang-Chi into Rogue, I think is a win. I don't think I could snap back.
All systems go.
Well, I don't have Shang-Chi into Rogue. I can't afford that. Fortunately, I don't have priority. This feels okay. Thing is, where is he putting his power? If he's got a... Shang-Chi, yeah. Yeah, given that he has to add power left, we're doing this. There's a real argument to me snapping back here, but I also could just lose colossally. How many? He's got 6 cards in his hand, a lot of them random. I am not snapping back, but there's an argument to us doing so. Okay, glad that we didn't try and compete right. Yeah, we win. Good. Yeah. Zap.
Victory.
I had considered doing this rogue right, and that probably would have been a loss, so glad we didn't do that. Thank you for the crown. It's funny, I've been making some pretty sick plays, and we're only up 8 cubes. It is what it is. It's the perils of having pretty high MMR, I guess. I used to, back in the unranked Infinite days, after I would hit Infinite, I would just like queue up and quit, and queue up and quit, and queue up and quit, and not just to give my opponents cubes, though that was part of it, but in hopes of getting a real, like, trash MMR, in hopes of just being able to smurf a bit, but I don't think that ever really meaningfully worked. Well, it was my opponent. My opponent is not Arishan Gaming.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Could maybe do some fun Iron Man sniping. Just kidding. And we actually can't meaningfully do a ton of Iron Man sniping because I can't get Rogue. Can't get a Rogue left, and I'd have to do a prediction and not have priority right. Ah! Wolfsbane! I guess this is either a negative deck or that thing that we saw with Sage and all that stuff. Okay, okay. This is kind of fun. I have a Chavez to throw away. Question is, am I blue marveling or am I doing Legion shenanigans? I don't hate Legion shenanigans. But that's it. He has more flexibility to toss cards than I do. So let's not. Surfer. Okay, that checks out. But Surfer on that turn, he is not thrilled, I think. Oh yeah, Surfer deck isn't going to be able to get to Cosmos. So we'll just do this. Yeah, that I wasn't thinking about. Doing Legion on Cosmos last turn was absolutely something that was worth considering. He's got Odin, is like the card that allows him to get into any of these lanes. But I think that he's going to play some card right, and I'll be bigger. Well, I guess we don't want to see Ironheart. Ironheart checkmates me last turn, the following turn, if he's got Odin in hand. Actually, no, Legion is 8 because of the Blue Marble. We'll see what this is. I have no idea. Ah, okay. This maybe favors me even more. Loki's tempting, but then I'm going to get a bunch of cards that I can't play. So... See. That said, I think that this just wins. The only other card I think that is big enough that his deck plays is Odin. And I guess he could maybe be running. I don't see Iron Man and Surfer in a lot of the same decks. I actually do not know what his list is. Surfer, Taskmaster, Sage is kind of unfamiliar to me. Iron Man middle might cook me on. No, this just wins. This just wins. I don't know. I don't know enough about the meta or his deck right now to. Okay, yeah. And thank you for the follow. Check it out. We got Fazersnap followed me. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. I am workshopping. Let me run this by you guys. Participants of the stream, followers of the stream, the great ones. Welcome to the great ones. I am irrationally proud of that. Okay, this is a bot. We saw quickly that loaded. This is definitely a bot. We'll just snap right away and hope that we can get a snap back on turn 5. There's much scholarship on how to extract 8 cubes optimally out of bots, and I just don't know. I am not an expert in this at all. A couple options here. I think I just want to hold again. Often the most suicidal of bots will actively play to lose, and so not playing cards isn't as ridiculous as it sounds. They'll just slow down commensurately. I like a She-Hulk into Loki. That's it. Their deck is probably trash, but I'll take the discount. It's also an argument to pass Infinite right now. Maybe I like that. We'll pass Infinite. I might be overthinking it, but passing also gives them more power. That's it. I don't think I'm gonna get a snapback. They're not ahead enough. Just kidding. It's enough. All right. There's that Infinite, and then next turn we're just hoping that Coulson, Loki, or equivalent 9 power on top of 10 is enough. And if they hit me with the hero Shang-Chi, the bot deserves the 4 to 8 cubes.
I am Iron Man.
I don't think.
Hello! So happy!
Just for funsies, I don't think that. No, I'm not going to be able to get over the top on that side, but that's fine. We just do this and call it a day. And if they have Shang-Chi, it is what it is. But they're usually programmed to lose here.
Enchantress.
I don't think they're going to put up 17 power. Oh my god. Yeah. Whew! Alright, that feels better. That feels better. I am still smarting over the 8 cube loss at the beginning of the stream to some truly Herculean bad luck. So taking an 8 cube donation from a bot, we'll take those every day. It's funny just how wacky Arashim decks are that I have already completed the move 8 cards quest. We will leave the boosters. Yeah, I wonder if Gwenpool is... I am not following... Oh, no, I'm not doing conquest. I am not following the discourse anywhere. I do not know if Gwenpool is a serious card. You're building an archetype around it. That guy that I donated 8 cubes to had it in his main Orisham deck. Maybe that's worthwhile. I don't know. That's a sick Galactus avatar, brother. So this is Weird World. When I have Loki in hand as an Orisham, this is an auto snap. My opponent is just not going to have good options. That's really unfair. That's a freak. Great. Next game. Pick up some of these things. And I believe I have enough. There's no way I don't. We will be doing another upgrade on Arisham. Let's get that going. It could be good, I think, at this stage. And if it isn't, that's fine. But it could be. Oh, I don't have enough boosters. Just kidding. But we will... we will take it as far as we can with the boosters that we've got, and then with the new 8-hour free booster shop business, we'll just continue pumping into that as we go. Yeah, good to know. And I'm capped there. This might sound silly. Devil Mink, if you're still there, are you at any level still playing World of Warcraft? And if so, are you going to be checking out the new expansion that everyone's very excited about? I don't love that, but maybe my opponent doesn't love that either. 2-mana Rogue is pretty cool, but Mockingbird is now a bit trash. Yeah, do I want to... I'm not going to get cute. I'm just... Because I have Captain Marvel, I think I want to just try and fill up the raft. I have not played the last expansion, which I heard was actually very good. Now, if this is Brood... If this is a snap, I leave. If this is Brood into the raft, I leave. And if it is Brood into the raft, he should have snapped. Oh, Nico. I don't know. I should pay closer attention to the meta. What'll it be? Master Mold? Not great. Goliath? Pretty good for him. We could do Typhoid Murray into Enchantress. That's kind of fun. If my opponent snaps here, I'm probably gone. Yeah, he's getting the Raft card. He's got a much bigger right lane. No, he's even... I guess Destroy makes sense. That's a pretty sweet X23 variant. I guess that's a Spotlight. Well, we can do a hero Dr. Octopus. Hopefully he's got some kind of destroy going on. That said, if my opponent wants to snap, they've got this game. I'm not... And actually, my Octopus is Shang-Chi proof, which is kind of fun. How many cards does he have? I'm pulling... all but one. So that's cool for filling up purposes, but... Oh! Free Destroyer. Well, that's... My opponent will have an infinity mana. So I guess I'm probably pulling Null and Death and other huge things. Oh, of course, the Master Mold. Bunch of Sentinels. There's Death. And Sentinel. And he has infinity mana, and he instantly snaps. Now, I have... You know, Shang-Chi, of course, wins this right lane. And we know that 2 of his 4 cards are Sentinels, but the other 2 could be just a Null that I can't just beat, and so that's a leave. I guess there was an argument to just Enchantressing middle. Maybe I should have done that. I guess maybe there's an argument... Oh, yeah, I guess that was maybe worth a 3-cube risk, is a hero... Enchantress middle. I got a little ahead of myself because he did have priority. Could I have afforded that? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I had the mana for that. Yeah, next game we have to move on, but that was a blunder. I should have considered that line at least a little bit more, and it might have even been a guaranteed win. Because we didn't have a huge Deadpool built up. It was a pretty quick snap, which meant he probably had a big Null that he thought he was pretty comfortable with. I should have given that a little bit more thought. Not a big deal. we'll do Strange there. Echo, is he Arsham? No. I don't know what deck would splash Echo. Oh. Guess we do this. Also an argument for Dracula. I think I like this more. Dracula, you nerd! Tragically, that's a fake panel, I think we've learned, but, yeah, I love it. So we'll do this. Let's get a little saucy with it here. And we know that my opponent has a Nomura in their hand. But this is a fun line. It might lose me the game immediately, but it also might win me the game immediately. Yeah, no. What is a real panel, if not the better panel, the one that exists in our minds? And I think, you know, separately, I don't know if you watched the Moon Knight television show, but that was so disappointing. It wasn't funny. It was unbelievable. Like, it was half entertaining, but it wasn't funny in a way that I was just... What a crushingly missed opportunity. If we'd gotten that kind of Moon Knight show, forget about it. So there's the Nomura. What scary things. Nightcrawler, that's tragic. That's also kind of tragic. Yeah, Dr. Octopus used to be pretty good, like 10 minutes ago, before everyone started running Jeff and Nightcrawler and Kitty and all that stuff. You know, it's a good question. I bet you they were, quote-unquote, going to do more of it. But then, you know, like, Marvel kind of fell apart. Like, that's right at the movies stopped reviewing well, and, like, they started... No, I don't think they were losing money, but that's right about Captain Marvel, all these things just kind of collapsed. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they were, like, either they were doing it or were on the verge of doing it, but, yeah, it went away. So, a blob here is cool. I'm not in a good spot. I have an extra mana, and that is cool. And try and do a little something like this. He's just so big. He can move 7 power to the left, just without blinking. That's probably what I do if I'm him. And if he does that, I need to get bigger than 6. So... what I'm banking on... this is maybe a little copium. Is this.
Opponent snapped.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Haven't been to movies much of all this year. Yeah, I am absolutely going to go see that film. I remember, though, yeah, I stopped... I remember I was actually with Brian, who was in the chat earlier. He might still be here, I don't know. There is a proper... There's a proper capital I IMAX. Actually, it might be lowercase I, but like a real IMAX theater. Here in the Seattle... Actually, it's in Seattle. I'm not going to give my opponent Master Molds. But I am going to snap because it's fun. And I go... Whenever they show a movie that I want to see at the IMAX, I go like it's not very convenient to me. I go to the IMAX, and I saw the last Black Panther movie there, and I mean, I didn't hate it, but I remember being in that movie and thinking to myself, what am I? Why am I like? Why am I here? Like I'm not enjoying this very much. This is just a kind of a waste. I'm bored, and so starting then, I started actually applying some judicious things. But prior to the second Black Panther movie, I was just every Marvel movie, I would go to it, and there wouldn't be thinking about it. I wouldn't be discussing it. It'd be like, okay, there's a new Marvel movie. I am going to go see it. Period. End of sentence. And so I'm thinking about a couple things here. I don't terribly want to turn off Jessica Jones here, but I think that's actually correct for purposes of getting a snapback from this bot. So I'm going to Black Panther, and then I'm going to Heimdall middle. And my hope is that my opponent right now snaps back. Yeah, no, but I mean, and I think Black Panther was maybe a little overhated, and I think that also probably my opponent's not snapping back. How dare you? Could do this. What am I looking for? I don't think Ant-Man 3... I mean, Ant-Man 3 was bad, but, like, people were excoriating that movie in a way that I don't think was overly deserved. So I've got priority. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally screw up and lose to this bot. We can do something like this. I think this is probably correct. And then if my opponent plays the world's biggest devil dinosaur on the right and I lose, then it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in the passing of Chadwick Boseman, of course, tragic, and like, I'm not kind of attacking the construction of these films. I can't do better films, but the point is that there was absolutely a tipping point, and I remember thinking it in the middle of Black Panther, just waking up and like, what am I doing here? It's truly unreasonable that I just every single Marvel movie go, but right up through Endgame, that was just correct. It was just so good right up through then that it was a no-brainer, and I was happy to do it every time. Yeah, I did not care for the Ant-Man movie for a lot of reasons. But I did like the kind of the quote-unquote tragedy is I thought Kang was pretty cool. It's a shame that Jonathan Majors is maybe a piece of junk. But oh, Hydra Bob, welcome to the stream. I think we do a Jessica Jones into Cersei middle, probably. Or we could just do a Jessica Jones into... Jessica Jones middle into huge Cersei middle. I don't think that might be too much. I don't hate this. Just in case they do, they want to do a Magneto on the right. This makes Jessica Jones even that much more powerful. We'll do this. Opponent fills up. Is this their Cersei? Ah.
Clear for takeoff.
Yeah, and I have myself have been drinking this trap. So my opponent snaps. I don't know what this means. I kind of like Dr. Octopusing here. Because I can just spend 2 mana left. Excuse me, 2 mana mid to win mid. And then if I pull something huge here, Shang-Chi probably allows me to get over the top. I'm not snapping back, but I am staying in. Is this their own Dr. Octopus? A single card played into a snap makes me suspicious of Dr. Octopus. Or maybe this is just a Colossal Darkhawk. That's awesome. Get out of here. Taskmaster, Sentinel. Oh, of course! The Hydra Bob of it all! The Hydra Bob of it all! My opponent has one card in his hand. I mean, this is a boomer snap, but I have him checkmated. This wins that, and this wins this. And if I don't win mid, then Captain Marvel's going to go over and beat Hydra Bob. Although maybe I should have snapped back, because then Hydra Bob's going to go back and maybe beat me there. But he still has just a one card. I think that this is fine. If I screwed myself by snapping here and Hydra Bob moves back and I kind of checkmated myself, I'll feel very dumb. But yeah, that was okay. That was a funny MODOK, funny Hydra Bob interaction. I almost cooked myself with Hydra Bob. I would have uploaded to this clip for sure of myself self-immolating on the terribleness of Hydra Bob. Yeah, and, like, there are exceptions. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was super entertaining. And that's a Marvel Cinematic. I was going to say, of course, the Spider-Verse movies are just better than everything else. I'm not talking Spider-Verse. It's just some of the best movies ever made. But they're not MCU. But Guardians 3 MCU, and that's, shining light. And I enjoyed the Sam Raimi Doctor Strange business, and I enjoyed a little bit the Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, there's pockets of they've got it together a little bit, but yeah, it's a mess. It's such a bummer. I'm really glad. We shouldn't cry that it's over. We should be happy that it happened in the first place. My opponent, I'm guessing an Arishan gamer. I'll just double check for sure. That's, yeah, not great. Ah, a little Darkhawk. We'll go ahead and snap that. You ever watch these things? They ruined Moon Knight as a character. You know what? I had no relation. I mean, I a little bit of a relationship to Moon Knight, and I was enjoying the show. And then I remembered what Moon Knight should have been. Like, it was truly like, wait a minute, this could be 1,000 times better if it was not Moon Knight. If it was a random kind of fantasy action show, sure. Actually, hang on. Do I want to? I kind of like Dr. Octopusing him here. I think that's the play. I think we're doing that. Yeah, that is. If I had been thinking about what Moon Knight should have been at the beginning, I would have. I'm right there with you. Oh, yeah! Get over to Sanctum. That's great. Oh my God, that's wonderful news. And funny. He's supposed to be funny. And the show, I mean, it wasn't completely devoid of humor, but like we were just talking about earlier of Shut Up Dracula, Give Me My Money, and that was a fake panel, but like the show wasn't funny. And Oscar Isaac can be funny, or they could have written it funny. It was a huge missed opportunity. It's funny how watching the show, not thinking about that, I was having an okay time, and then retroactively, when I kind of woke up to what it could have been, my rating of the show plummeted retroactively. Yeah, it was. And I understand it's Disney and all that, but like, so for the carving of the faces, we can scale that back. But like, we can make it funny. It's a bummer. It's just a bummer. Yeah, and again, like that first and F. Murray Abraham is so. I didn't hate it when I was not in my own mind, but then when I thought about it, it was disappointing. It is what it is. So a fun thing to do. Do I have? No, he has priority. I'm gonna get Elektra out of my hand to maybe get a better pull thing here. But wouldn't that be cool if Galactus happened right now? Nope, Galactus not gonna happen right now. Perfect. Perfect! So we have Shang-Chi, but we're at a bit of a deficit, and my hand is trash otherwise. If my opponent wants to snap, I'm probably going to give it to him. We'll do this. My opponent does not want to snap. Probably fair. Ah, double Medusa, you say?
Opponent
Well,
snapped.
if I had a bomb in my hand, I think I can make Machine World happen, or Galactus on Machine World happen. But as it stands, I don't think that I am ahead. I think I absolutely could win this, but we're just at 1 cube, so we're just going to retreat. But his character was not Moon Knight. I completely agree. I should say I have not read a single panel of the Moon Knight comics. In fact, I think I've seen more fake panels than I've seen real panels. I just see Moon Knight whenever like he pops up on Reddit, and there's a panel, and it's very funny. But I think that you're absolutely right. He definitely acted it well. I don't remember the direction, but you know, there's that shot with the passing of time that was really, really good. But yeah, it was not Moon Knight for sure. Such a missed opportunity. Also, belated welcome to the stream, Jashobeam Z. Great to have you here. I appreciate you hanging out and immediately getting after it with the Moon Knight of it all. I don't love where I'm at. I can fill up right. What is my opponent? My opponent's not doing. Separately. My opponent loaded really quickly. He's running a default border, and is maybe a bot, but Star Fox is a copyrighted name, so I wonder if he's not a bot. So we're going to fill up right lane to put down a sentry that doesn't ruin us. And so have you? I'm glad. Okay, this is a bot. This is definitely a bot. Question for Double Neg: have you watched the
We are the
Boys
future.
spin-off show Gen V on Amazon Prime? So, I think Gen V was pretty good. And Tech Knight, the mentally insane Batman in the most recent episode of The Boys, he was it's like a villain, sort of, in one of the episodes of Gen V. And he was much more interesting. He was an awesome, awesome, awesome character, doing like actual detective stuff and being all creepy and weird, but not like just a one-note like racist or whatever. So I'm not like saying, oh, based on the back of that, you have to check it out, but it's kind of, speaking of ruining characters, like I really was invested in Tech Knight based on his just one episode in Gen V. I was so excited to see him in The Boys, and then I didn't really like what they did with him. I'm gonna snap here because I need to pay attention. This is a bot. Question is, do I prefer Loki or Legion? I think Legion is fine. And in parallel, speaking of kind of the ruining it all, I have enjoyed The Boys, but I am not enjoying this last season. And it's not like the woke whatever. It's nothing to do with that. It's just purely, I don't think it's as good or clever or interesting as it has been in the past seasons, and that's a bit of a bummer. And I have not, Joshua, to your point, I have not read the comics. I have no prior relationship to Tech Knight. But my understanding is the comic Tech Knight is completely different. And in Gen V, so for reference, they mention it casually in the episode of The Boys that Tech Knight has like super smell and super detective whatever. That's a core component of the episode of Gen V where he shows up. He shows up to actually kind of do a detective investigation. There's no Batman to it at all. It's much more of he's like just a reality TV detective. And it's funny, I don't think this is a bot, but this is a very funny bot-esque name. Anyway, so like they lean into him being able to tell lies, and the fact that he was kind of duped as long as he was in the episode that he appeared of The Boys, it was kind of not great. So Tribunal lets us get. I'm gonna snap.
Oh, snap.
This might be ill-advised. I'm gonna snap. Play a Baku. Why I'm snapping is I think that I can add enough power to certainly win Death's Domain, but people don't generally go that hard on Danger Room. So I think that I can maybe get over the top. Oh, and also, Dr. Octopus is a wonderful card to play into Bar Sinister. Yeah, I haven't read The Boys, and I definitely sense that. Yeah, the Negan thing was, I think, obvious, but it was a sweet reveal. Like, the way that it became clear what was going on, that was pretty sick. For as kind of obvious as it was, the way that it could have been revealed could have been lame. But when it was revealed, I was tickled. That was maybe... I can't give you an itemized list of my top favorite moments this season, but that was up there. If it, oh, what is my opponent playing into Sinister? I hope it's not Jeff. Don't be Jeff. Oh. Well, this complicates things because my opponent has ways to get to Death's Domain with his Wolverine of it all, as well as I am a little bummed because I can pull destroy cards here, and he's suddenly no longer free in Bart Sinister. And also, if Venom gets really huge, we'll see how this goes. I am certainly in a position where I could lose this, but I'm fine. Let's go. Well, my opponent's Null is certainly going to be friggin' huge. If I pull Null, I'm not super happy about it, I don't think. Because I notably have no other play on top of this. What cards are we pulling here? 3 out of 4. So there's Death. Deathstrike does nothing. Okay, that's pretty good. That said, he has one card in his hand, which might be the world's biggest Null. Oh, I know, pulls again. It is, in fact, the world's biggest Null. I forgot that we were pulling again. So, if we can stick Tribunal here, we're going to win. There's simply no way, unless he does some sort of, he top decks Arnim Zola. That's going to be a bummer. So what we're going to do is stick Tribunal right now. One time. You're saddest that The Boys didn't initially have the powers in the show. Question, as somebody who's never picked up a Boys comic, did they start with powers? Is that like a, you gonna live? Tribunal lives.
Victory.
Do they, and you don't need to, I can look this up, but while we're here, if you feel like typing it out, the way that they got the powers in the, okay, do they get these shots without asking? I was about to ask, like, what are the logistics of that? Yeah, I enjoy consuming a lot of comic content, but I don't read comics. I'm guessing that there's some kind of service out there that I could probably pay $15 a month and have access to comics, but Dark Dimension's kind of cool. Could certainly put Corvus down there, as well as any kind of things we want to hide. Is my opponent? My opponent is not running Arisham. Yeah, I mean, actually, this is very inconsistent how it plays out in the show, the kind of the Homelander power level of it all. But it is crazy. Oh, I'm gonna give a Widow's Bite. This is some sick Viper tech. Alright, why don't you have a Widow's Bite there, buddy? Unless he plays Angela Jeff. I'm gonna be pretty sad if that happens. I was pretty excited about this play. what was I saying? I was in the middle of a thought, and I lost the thought. You know, prior to this season, I have absolutely... And I'm still watching The Boys. It's not like I'm not watching it, but I'm enjoying this season a lot less. Oh, what I was going to say is in earlier seasons, and I guess to some degree current seasons, but like there was a couple times when Homelander uses his powers, and it's terrifying. Like this, the sound, the camera work that they do, and just the effects. It's clear that this is like a world-ending force in a way that is very entertaining. That said, it's some of this season. It's like I can't find a guy in a vent, and it's stupid, but. There's good things about the show. All right, we're gonna end turn. What does that mean? Does this mean Darkhawk? I am staying for 2 because I have Rogue and I'm not super scared of maybe what they're doing, and I have Enchantress as well. Yeah. Snapping back, I think, is dumb. I don't think snapping back makes sense. I like this. I mean, I would love to snap back and win 8 cubes, but I don't think it's going to happen. You know what? That said, now that I'm thinking on it some more, there's not symmetry here. Where my stealing of this Darkhawk is only going to be adding, what I'm thinking about is there's an argument to actually putting Mockingbird down here. I don't think I'm going to do that. This is scary. That might be a big enough... Oh! Yeah, I could take Ravonna, and he wins that way. Okay, I think I still win on points here. I'm not 100%, though. Okay. My opponent did exactly what he needed to do there. That was 50-50 to lose. And he added more power right. You see, my Rogue only got up to 8 points. If Ravonna had been much bigger, even if I correctly stole, I wouldn't have won. So we like that. We're good. Oh, I'm so sorry, Joshua Beam. I did not realize that you... I mean, I've been kind of light on some spoilers, but I won't speak anymore of anything that would diminish your enjoyment of it. And I appreciate that. The thing is, I'm very, very, very anti-spoiler just in my own life. For example, I don't watch Fun Bit of Nate's Trivia. I don't watch movie trailers. I go in, when I buy a movie ticket, I go in there, like 15 or 30 minutes, often it's 30, but like after the trailers have started, opponent not running Arsham, and sit down having not watched a trailer. And so whenever I watch a movie, I have no idea about anything, and it's a really, really fun way to enjoy films. We're gonna get... You know, there's normally an argument to building on the vault because you can't play after 6, but I kind of want to... I think Blob by itself is probably going to be enough to get there. Maybe not. Maybe that's almost certainly the real Mysterio mid. Oh, just kidding with the having a blob of it all. So we'll just put Quinjet mid and hope for the best. Yeah, like whenever your favorite director or whomever has a thing coming out, be like, I'm going to see that no matter what. So why bother knowing who's in it or being spoiled in so-and-so way? It's a shame because trailers are so much fun. I can do a little clog business here. I think I like this. Like to see a blob here one time. That's kind of fun. I have to be careful if Heimdall gets pulled. Oh, this is... Heimdall gets pulled. I'm almost playing...
to think about this. I'm almost certainly playing. Okay, Heimdall's definitely gonna get pulled. I can guarantee this. But then I don't know, man. I might just be cooked in 2 different lanes. My opponent does not have a ton of power, but Sebastian Shaw is scary, and I'm about to. Yeah, I don't like this game.
Minions to me.
Do not like this game. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get big enough. I don't think. And now I'm full on Grand Central, and my opponent's probably also full on Grand Central. We'll see how it goes. Now suddenly... That's it. A colossal card right can get me bigger. I don't see him getting 16 power easily. But that said, what could I draw? And yeah, so go leader. But of course he's got Cosmo down. So we're all good on this game. We retreat later. Let's take a look. Ricardo Cruz, 23. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the great ones, as we say. We're doing some, we'll say, high MMR laddering to reasonable success. I am not exploding as I otherwise would like to do, but we're climbing slow as
Escaped.
talking about Marvel properties and other comic book things. I guess 77 isn't half bad. I've been enjoying, I guess not been, okay, this is a lot. Invincible, pretty fun. Or snapping turn 1 against you bot, even if it was not a bot, we probably would do that too. Invincible, another property where I've never picked up a comic book, but is just so much fun. I imagine, I find Seth Rogen's laugh really annoying. And I don't know if I would like hanging out with him, but boy, he has enabled some real great content in this world. And so if one of the viewers right now is famous celebrity actor, director, writer, producer Seth Rogen, thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and we appreciate it.
This just in.
Yeah, I don't know if the comic is better or worse, but I'm not going to do those things in parallel. I kind of have to pick one, and I'll enjoy the show and have the story revealed to me as it goes. Oh yeah, Preacher ruled. Preacher was so much fun. Yeah, and to be clear, it's just I find his laugh annoying. Oh yes, 8 cubes bot, give it to me. I think we just do this and chill. This is a ton of power, and maybe we're overdoing it, but I think this is fine. I actually don't hate filling up Vibranium Mines and giving me 4 power cards in my deck that I'm likely to draw. But not yet. Yeah, I was very, very impressed with Preacher. That the tone of it. I don't know how much Seth Rogen is involved in these sorts of things, but yeah, we're glad that he exists.
I am Iron Man.
Well, if we really, I mean, this is maybe very stupid. We want to. I think that's unnecessary. I'm just trying to avoid an accidental loss to this bot right now. Oh, cheeky! Well, now I'm much more comfortable Dr. Octopusing. No matter what we pull that his deck runs, I'm not too mad about it. Yeah, and like he's doing pottery. You know, like there's some video of him being like, "Hey, I have so many millions of dollars. Look at this pot that I made. This is fun." Oh, that's kind of scary. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Legion might be my favorite. We're just gonna do this. I don't want to mess around. Legion might be my favorite comic book adaptation, like, of all time. I think Legion is just... No, you're not giving me my AQs.
Victory.
A masterpiece. I love everything that Noah Hawley does. Noah Hawley, I don't know how to say it. Super glad that Legion exists. What we're actually going to do, we're going to change my avatar here. Howard the Duck is good, but we're going to mix it up. I think we might do Shocker driving the car. I like Shocker driving the car. Angry Shocker driving the car. Perhaps people will be fooled into thinking that I am running a high evolutionary variety of the Origin list, which I am not running. I do not like that list when Darkhawk is running around. Maybe after the Darkhawk counter meta goes away, I will consider flirting with the high evolutionary Arsham list, but as it stands right now, I'm not a huge fan. Opponent, it does cook me. It does kind of good into the mirror, but whenever your opponent is Darkhawk, you just lose.
Parker!
Ah, well, that's cool that I'm about to put Mobius down, but less cool that he's about to turn off my Quinjet. So it is what it is. Not Dr. Octopus? That's so bad. That's not so bad, but that's annoying. That's so annoying. Why wouldn't you just play? I think the right move there is your own Mobius. I don't understand. Whatever. We are now banking on Dr. Octopus to win us there. That's almost checkmate. I feel that's bad because he could put down Mobius and we're in a bad spot.
Squad's still a little light.
Yeah. Good for you. Alright. Hoping for a hero Octopus here. Lots of results here that just lose us the game, but I'm also not in the world's greatest spot. I'm not going to be able to afford my 6 drops next turn. An Enchantress again. Is that his own Enchantress? No, it's morph into... That's what he got. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, well, we can turn off... We got Enchantress options. This is actually a little compelling. I'm not snapping, but there's a real argument to snap here. I'm going to win this lane right now, as well as turn off his Miss Marvel.
I am Iron Man.
And Blob is a ton of power. Can we get... Can we get Rogue? The trick here is that if he has 4 random cards in his hand. And if one of them could be Blob. It very easily could be Blob, which beats me middle. So there's an argument to get real cheeky with it and play right. But if he doesn't have Blob, this generally wins. So we're not snapping. Oh, so is that Blob? Oh, we win. We're good. Blob in either location wins, but...
Victory.
Very good. Very good. We're climbing. We're climbing. I watched the Godzilla vs. Kong sequel last night. I had... there was... Ooh, are they... I did not catch if they were running Arashim. Is there a way to know if they have Arashim at this point? Oh, it's a bot. I think this is a bot. We snap! Yeah, this is definitely a bot. I watched the new Godzilla Kong movie. I had purchased some marijuana that was on sale and experimented with that and put on the Kong vs. Godzilla movie, and I had a nice time. I was doing the last bit of Conquest tickets while having that mindless entertainment in front of me, and I can think of worse ways to spend your 2 hours. That said, it did feel every minute of those 2 hours. It should not have been 2 hours long. But I didn't hate it. Didn't hate it at all. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have several turns to keep the train going. I think I can armor to protect anything big I play, but I'm going to Death Strike his blade. I guess we do this. A little bit extra power. Oh. Death Strike suddenly a bit who cares? That's a lot of people did. A lot of people not stopped, but like slowed down their movie consumption. I frankly increased it. I just love movies. I love going to the movies. I have not checked out Dream Scenario. Would you recommend it? I think we'll just do this. This is maybe too cute. Maybe just a flat Magneto middle would have been more power, but this just feels too cute. Don't see them getting a ton. Don't see them getting a huge win here. Call this good here. And Prestige TV has been incredible. There was a stretch a bit ago where, all within seemingly a couple weeks of each other, we had Three Body Problem, which people liked. I loved. We had the Fallout show and we had Shogun, and those are all like gifts. Truly incredible achievements of storytelling that I'm just so fortunate to have in my life for dollars a month. So it's also very easy to not do a ton of film stuff. Do we want to... Quake lets us get cute. But I also want to just kind of keep the train rolling. Be good tempo about it. We not have a dagger. That's fine. I don't know what the crappiest 2-drop could be. That's actually decent for getting Mockingbird down this turn. That's clever. Oh, it's neat that when you quake... I didn't know that. You quake on the first turn. The locations remember that... Titan remembers that it was in second place. I'm not going to snap because I'm not Lokiing a ton of cards, but there's absolutely an argument to me snapping there. I also don't love that if my opponent is... Oh, so my opponent is not run... Here we go! My opponent is not running an Arisham deck, they're running a Clog deck, and now I'm quite possibly in a... Like, if they have Debris, I'm not feeling good about it. There's a real argument to me Lokiing right now, here, to prevent a Debris from filling me up. I kind of like that, actually. Is that Debris? Is that Debris? Is that Debris? It's not Debris. Oh, it's like I can do Ghost Spider, but... Does that work? I don't... Is this considered the same card? I don't know. We'll find out. I think... that it might be... I think this might work. Do I actually... Now, do I want to do that? Yeah, the user interface indicates that would work. I don't know if I want to do that, though, to be perfectly honest with you, because anything else that I play there could be risky, and 4 power is pretty decent there. I don't know. I think we do this, and then I can do some interesting jukes with Red Hulk. we're doing this. This is again in the things that I do. Too cute by half. But if they're doing a Shang-Chi right now, I dodge it, and I lose this opportunity next turn. Okay, so my opponent has a 17 power Red Hulk. And I cannot spend all my mana. He has exactly... Oh, shoot. How big was it? It was like, it got up to... what did I say? It was 17? So he would be spending all of his mana. He can move Jeff left to win. The thing that he wants to do is Jeff left... Was that maybe cook me? Jeff left. He's moving Jeff left. Now, is he playing as Red Hulk middle, or is he playing as Red Hulk right? I think that this wins. I mean, you can't afford Red Hulk, right? Like, what is this card? Oh. Okay, well. I'm just losing to Darkhawk in any lane. Matt. My opponent could have extracted... sure. My opponent absolutely could have extracted way more cubes for me. That deck is almost impossible for my deck to beat. It has got every bit of tech to beat mine. This is a lot. So we're not mad about losing 2 cubes. Just kind of confused that my opponent didn't snap earlier. The climb continues. Still feeling pretty good, assuming that Emmett is a bot. With my apologies to Emmett if he or she is not a bot. Well, Emmett's starting to feel like a bot, folks. We'll just go ahead and give that a snap. Hydra Bob, not happening. Staying in the old hand. Good to see you. Welcome to the Great Ones. Remain there, please.
Hey, you found a rook.
Oh. Hydra Bob might make an appearance into Vormir. That's for sure. God, what unbelievable Series 5. Somebody's asking me earlier, they don't play Marvel Snap, and they're asking how the game is monetized. I don't hate how the game is monetized. I think it makes some pretty good decisions. But, oh, what? What is happening? That's unbelievable. All right, well, I guess we got to play for both lanes. How dare you? We'll do a little of this. I think I can still beat a random bot. But the audacity. Maybe with any luck we can get a Legion. Gone. Good to know. Hello, Namor. Okay, well, Heimdall, dead card. Do you want to do something? I don't know if I want to... Where am I? How many powers? I think maybe this is okay, and then I can add enough power middle to get over the top. Hoping for the best. That's it. If my opponent just plays a Devil Dinosaur middle, we're not happy. Oh, my opponent fills up on turn 5. I guess they got to clear Vormir. I think this is the bot, but there's some very... Okay, well, we've won Triskelion.
I'm now a little concerned about a giant devil dinosaur getting bigger than I can in, oh god. Will the bot allow me to win? Now I'm just playing for, as many cards as I can. I guess it's just 2 cards. And Silver Samurai makes the devil dinosaur a little smaller. Alright, good luck, opponent. Please don't play devil dinosaur. Woo!
Victory.
Skin of my teeth. Hood on the bar with no name. How dare you, Mr. Bot? The climb continues. It's, separately. Oh, it's, I've seen, I don't know if this person works for Second Dinner, but they have a fun name. We'll give them one of these. Give him one of those. Black Knight on Rickety Bridge. What the heck?
Gotta run, huh?
Ah. Alright, so Ebony Blade on Rickety Bridge wins Rickety Bridge. Good to know. Good to be aware of. Unless I do some Eliath chicanery. That doesn't seem overly... It's a little optimistic to be able to call our Ebon Blade shot. Ah, well that changes the math a little bit. Because Rickety Bridge will become flooded, and things can survive there. But that's it, anything before that flooding dies. I think that this is probably correct. Okay, Ebony Blade gone. But notably, Hela still could exist. Oh, this is hard. I guess I could do this. This diminishes his power. And then the question is, do I think I can probably get priority. The hero thing is if he does not do Hela until the last turn and I have priority, Eliath will win, but I'm playing in a weird situation until then. Alright, we're going to do this. I'm not feeling great. And my opponent could or should Hela. My opponent only has 1 card in his hand. Could or should Hela... probably this turn? I don't know. I don't know what's right. I think I can, I mean, they're also maybe just top decking for it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Digging for the Hela. Oh! Rickety Bridge works like that. Oh, okay. Well, that feels bad. Now, if he plays just a naked Hela, I win on points. Oh, no, because I don't have priority. I'm just cooked. I'm just cooked. I did not recognize that Rickety Bridge would behave like it did. We're just gone. That would have been very embarrassing to have proudly Eliathed on the last turn.
Escape.
No, I wasn't thinking about the order of all of that. I kind of thought that Rickety Bridge had weird specific coding, that it was like the last to last thing. But that is good kind of to know for next time. Would have absolutely played that differently. think, oh, just kind of combination of 2 words, perhaps this is a bot. It is not. That bots load faster than that. Okay, my opponent gets a useless Arashim. You like to see it. And my opponent's highest cost card is Red Guardian. That's interesting intel. I don't know if this is Cerebro 3 or Surfer. But suddenly I don't love Loki, but I don't have anything else going on. We'll see what goes on if he shows what he's got here. Hood. So this is... What does that mean? What runs Hood and Red Guardian? I think a lot of things run Hood and Red Guardian. This could be some kind of, just, good cards, Century. I'm even reluctant to Red Guardian. I'm not... I could do it for points. I could smack his Hood. I don't want to get an Nihilist that over. Absolutely an argument to play this out. I'm not going to play this out. Gets a copy of Demon. I am not 1000% sure what this list is or does. Could just be Destroy. But does Destroy do Red Guardian's tech? I don't know. Oh, that's a bummer. Can I get Red Guardian? Get our own Mobius. Probably not enough to stay in this game. That's just bad. Alright, so we can do something like this. And then Cersei middle. He is kind of setting up for Miss Marvel. Or at least Miss Marvel would be active if he played at middle. We'll say that. Do a little of this. Or actually, I think we maybe want the demon to be bigger. I think we're adding a bunch of power middle that is okay. Yeah, okay. A lot of things I can't see. If Cersei does enough work here, I think we're good. Yeah, Ronan feels pretty okay. Scorpion feels pretty okay. Dakin feels pretty okay. I don't see him... I mean, he might have Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi maybe beats me. But as long as I'm able to stop an Annihilus here. What's the most power? This is 8 power. That's 10 power. I think probably 10 power is the most we could do, right? And if he has like a rogue to beat Ronan, or he can get over the top middle, more power to him, but I don't think that he can. Yep. That's a little hopium. Hopium for him.
Victory.
79 feels pretty good. Before I started streaming, not today, but just broadly in my Marvel Snap play pattern before I started streaming at all, at the beginning of new seasons, what I kind of aspired to do was infinite in 3 days. I tried to get 80 the first day, 90 the second day, and infinite the third day. Which was usually attainable, and usually I would get even ahead of that schedule because I would get, like, oh, I am feeling so good, and I would get impatient. So we'll see how this goes. Hey, Makari, welcome to the party. I'm guessing that we're facing an Arashim opponent. We're facing an Arashim opponent, and my opponent gets Legion or Dr. Octopus. And I've got Thanos. What a terrible hand. What a terrible garbage hand. If you are hanging out and are enjoying this content, I promise this will be one of the few times I am shameless about this. It would be cool if you followed, and next time I stream, or sometime I stream, you are reminded and could come hang out. No pressure, and it's also particularly cool if well, I can't. I'm going to turn off Kiln because I can't get anything over there. Yeah, we're out of this game. My hand is garbage. They've got a Coulson down. We're calling it good.
Escape.
Enjoy your cube. I'll see you next time. Here's a bot. For the muff. The bot. I'm not going to play Yellow Jacket. We are going to snap. In a normal game against a human, I would probably play Yellow Jacket this turn on Miniaturized Lab, but I love not having priority against a bot, aka losing on it going into turns against a bot so that they snap back and lose 8 cubes. But I'm very happy with them having power in Miniaturized Lab and me not having power in Miniaturized Lab. Then whenever, of course you just move. In case there was any confusion or concern that maybe this wasn't a bot. It's a bot. We don't, almost don't even want to play anything. Obviously, Proxima Panopticon is a good thing. But I think we can just win by not doing that, and we get far enough behind that they... That's a pretty sick bot Scorpion split there. Let's do that. We'll do a Coulson, get 1 card, and what we would love to see is my opponent snapping on this turn. Maybe I shouldn't even play Coulson. Maybe this is getting too much in the lead. Snap. Alright, well, the time for mucking about is over. Could do Wong, Blob, or something crazy like that, but that just is not enough in those lanes. Oh! Well, there goes my Panopticon bonus. Well, now I'm scared! Oh, I wasn't counting on turning up an Opticron. This is bot Cerebro 2. I might just lose 4 cubes to a bot here, everybody. I could do... Honestly, maybe the move is something like... Can I have... actually, because magic is just 1, the right play might be something like this, to be perfectly honest. This looks ridiculous. But often, whenever a bot is programmed to lose in this situation, they just play 1 big card for, like, the most amount of power. And I think that this is the correct way to kind of, quote-unquote, guarantee a win. And if my opponent beats me by playing normal, rational, that's completely fine. But I think this is how you beat a bot. We'll see 1 card in 1 location here. Okay, we're still ahead, Fist Tower. And certainly there's cards that he plays that beats me, but probably not. Probably they're programmed to lose here. What? Okay. Oh, and M'Baku joins the party for a little bit more of a win. Whew! Feels real bad to be that much in your head about trying to extract maximum cubes from a bot and then just losing to them flooding the Panopticon. So winning there feels real. Not so much good as the absence of bad. Alright, my opponent, not running Arisham, not a bot. There's Sinister London. Good to know. This is usually good. Unless they have a way to turn off Sinister London, in which case you just lose the game. So I think I'm not going to snap because they can snap back easily. but I really like this. And if they do some zany, oh, what's the word? Location tech, they are probably going to snap back confidently in a way that I can comfortably get out. But I'm happy with this. It lets me do also. Yeah, so that usually means that they have a way to turn off Sinister London. I just got done telling you why I think staying is generally correct in this situation, but or sorry, leaving is generally correct in a snapback situation. But I kind of want to... I'm staying for 2. I'm staying for 2. Opponent plays nothing. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we do... this... And then if my opponent this turn or next turn plays Nocturne, well, we know to get out, but... Huh. So this no longer feels like he's going to turn off Sinister London. I think maybe he thinks he's just going to get bigger than me in Sinister London. Alright, he plays Devil Dinosaur. Well, I'm not going to be able to snap back, but Rogue, pretty good. Did you know that? You know Rogue is pretty good? And then if he just does a Legion in the right lane, we just lose, and that's fine. We're happy to do so. That easily could be what that is. Honestly, now that I think about it, do I want to play around a Legion? Well, if he does Legion left... I think that this beats Legion. This is almost snap-backable. The thing is, he could also just play a card that is big enough left to cook me here. Like, that might be what's going on there. Maybe that's the... If he intends to play a gigantic card, then Ronan is the play. If he intends to just turn off Sinister London... Or, sorry, Ronan left is the play. Then Ronan right is the play. I think I'm in my own head. I think that he is not going to turn off Sinister London. He thinks he's just going to be able to get bigger than me. And I'm going to Ronan left. If he does Legion right, I talk myself out of a winning line. Okay. Oh, Alioth! I didn't see that. Of course. Of course. Well, nothing gets there. I didn't see Alioth. Despite even running Alioth. That totally makes a ton of sense. No, that was well played by my opponent. Of course. Invisible Woman turn 1 is a snap. No, I got too hung up on him turning the location off and not enough on the Goliath being kind of an obvious thing there. Alright, my opponent running Arisham. My opponent running Arisham with myself a random Darkhawk. This is... I don't know if that's enough for a snap already, but feeling pretty good. Cat Manda, welcome to the stream with the Barking Corgi. Little debris here. Hope for no kind of nonsense. Well, thank you for coming by and saying hi. Have fun leaving to wherever you're going. I don't... Silver Samurai's lowest power card. Yeah. So this kills Shang-Chi. I don't love that. And
makes it known that Shang-Chi's going away. Yeah, my hand is... I mean, I have Darkhawk, which is great, but I don't love the rest of what's happening here. I'm going to just end turn and not play anything, and so is my opponent. Well, that makes me wonder if I should... snap or something. I think I snap here. I think my opponent doing nothing, and me having a Darkhawk is a snap. We can do this. Blinks a cable. Could be a lot of different things. Don't be too good. Coulson, decent. Don't love it.
Gotta run, hun.
Black cat gone. Eliath here is pretty cool. I think he's likely to play a card middle and save. If he can beat Darkhawk, he's probably going to want to do that right on the last turn. We'll see. We'll see. Eliath here is pretty decent. And then the last turn I can put Quinjet on Rickety Bridge and Spider-Man mid or something. Oh, okay. What's this? His own Darkhawk. Okay, well, we're still feeling pretty good about this. I can do this. This feels like I'm probably going to win. What you don't want to see is if he has Rogue small card left, that beats me. Could also be really cheeky about it and do this. But then I lose to a card on Rickety Bridge. I would love to have one more mana here. We're just going to do this and send it. And we're going to feel real bad if he's got Rogue. Okay, that's good. We win. We win. Woo! Woo! If he had done Rogue Mystique instead of Mystique Rogue, we would have lost that. But there's an argument for him doing the order that he just did. So that feels good. Feels good. Notably, my Shang-Chi Cosmo throw Rickety Bridge line would have also worked, but I didn't. Yeah, getting a random Darkhawk in your Arishem deck against Arishem, that feels real good. That feels real nice. I'm not going to do 0. And my opponent not running Darkhawk, not running Arishem. Looks like they're running just quote-unquote naked Loki. We could do this. We could Gwenpool next turn. The trouble with Loki deck is it's going to more consistently get Loki and is generally pretty good into the cards that I start with, but I am obviously up a mana, so we'll see how this all goes. We'll throw down a Gwenpool. My opponent playing very fast. I like it. I don't like playing Gwenpool on Mojo World. I like, sorry. I don't like playing Nocturne on Mojo World. I like keeping it off Mojo World for purposes of mental tricks. This maybe puts me in a better position. If I turn everything into Clintar, or do I want to turn everything into Atlantis? I kind of like turning everything into Clintar. It makes me really vulnerable to Shang-Chi over here, but it also turns off his Nocturne / whatever big card he plays right now. Might just be Loki. We do not like seeing Loki, but it is what it is. Yeah. And the thing with the cards that he gets from Loki is Shang-Chi is... the symbiote on the left is a juicy target for Shang-Chi, but I'm also about to play Blob, which is a pretty juicy Shang-Chi target itself. So it comes down to what he got from Loki, and it comes down to what I draw next. Blob is great here, of course, but my follow-up is weak. Yeah, now he's got another shot at Loki and Quinjet down. So this is almost certainly a leave. I can draw a miracle card that might trick me into staying. Rogue is cool if I did not have priority, but just here's a unsolicited lesson to my viewers. Even if my opponent didn't snap here, they Loki'd 6 cards with Quinjet down, and the amount of stuff that they can do into most decks, certainly mine, is incredible. They could throw down a stupendous amount of surprise power. Shang-Chi, Blob, Mockingbird, all Alioth, and whatever. It is absolutely a leave. In fact, probably the better play for him is to not snap there. Boomer snap in that situation is certainly not going to trap me. I think it won't trap very many people. It's shocking the amount of surprise nonsense that you can do with a Loki down. With the Quinjet down, having Loki an entire hand. This loaded like a bot. We'll see how it goes. I'm reluctant to do any Titania stuff. We'll see how that goes. I am, I would say, a below-average Titania player. I do not know. Don't love those cards. Okay, that's a little bit better. There are Clog experts out there and people that have run Titania a lot that can do some real effortless stuff with it. I'm not one of those people. I really have to think about it every single time, and feels bad. So drawing Asgard not going to actually do a ton for me. However, I don't want this bot, which I think is a bot, to have it. This is maybe just a snap, on account of the bot of it all. Yeah, this is absolutely a bot. We knew from the load speed, but whenever you snap and then immediately goes into the next turn, like everything about this screams bot. We are going to... There's 6 cards in their hand. There's a real argument to not Dr. Octopusing here. But it does allow me to get a free, quote-unquote, free Titania down. In that it's just going to add 5 power, and I don't think that... It's quite possible that I pull, like, cards that they wouldn't otherwise play that actually does beat me here. But I think this allows me to just win Slane most of the time. Yeah, that was actually an unfortunate amount of power, and they were able to draw. Absolutely an argument to me not doing that. However, I'm able to, next turn, play, if I want to, play Titania. Maybe I don't want to do it this turn. I think maybe this is the play. No, good thing Blizzard turns off.
Enchantress.
And I don't think generally... These bots are usually, quote-unquote, programmed to lose. I'm actually going to be able to align here. So I don't think that there's a ton of risk of me losing here. But stranger things have happened. That's probably like an Iron Man or a Devil Dinosaur. Oh! Whew. Didn't see that coming. That's a sick couple of splits for my opponent.
Victory.
I have this claw variant. I love this claw variant. Almost 80. Feels pretty good. Where are we on the season? We're a couple hours into the season. I am not kind of following along the other streamers. I got a little bit of a quote-unquote late start. I don't think I started till about 1 or something. I went to lunch. There's this crazy diner near where I live. It's what am I discarding? He loses Coulson. I lose War Machine. That is a human Arishem player, I'm guessing. I don't want to Maximus him, but I do have Loki, so that's cool. Anyway, there is a diner near me that half of their menu is diner food, and it feels like a diner. You got your booths, you got your pretty quick wait service. I'm going to play nothing. I would rather have a random Loki-generated card than Captain America.
And so half the menu is diner food, but the other half is a Thai restaurant. Thai/Chinese, kind of both. And so it's awesome. I can go at like 11 a.m. And have cashew chicken. And I've got those leftovers waiting for me. There's a real argument here to Captain America Quinjet and then Loki next term. I kind of like that more. It's a little greedy, but this might pay dividends.
Avengers!
Assemble.
We do this.
It's close.
High Evo Arishin. Don't love it. The cards that I'm Lokiing are not improved by High Evo. So he has 6 mana. He could play a big Hulk. Kind of where I'm at is the safe play is Blob here. I kind of like that. I kind of like this. How many cards does my opponent have? He doesn't have. Can't have a ton of cards. This threatens multiple lanes, and I think he's going to play a big... If he throws, he's not going to throw right. I think that this is the play, and I'm bigger than he is. Yeah, that's a big haul, but I think that I'm going to get and stay bigger than that. I was going to say Captain America works on the Hulk, even if he grows it twice. And another blob? Yeah. I'm not going to Boomer Snap, but I absolutely want to Boomer Snap. There's no way... I'm going to win this game. That was a wonderful top deck. I'm very lucky. Better lucky than good. He either just leaves or... Yeah, I was going to say... Certainly not staying for 4. Yeah, that was the right play to play Blob there. What did my Blob eat? He got pretty big. He ate Moon Knight into Infinite. Yeah, that'll do it. And that takes us to 80. /83. Pick up our Gwenpool avatar that I will never use. Good to have. Alright, folks. This has been super duper duper fun. I am probably going to be streaming again later today, depending on how my evening turns out. I'm climbing well, but I am going to take a break to have some leftovers. If you have not already done so, please follow. And if you do not want to follow, that's totally fine. We will be back on for drops. And you know what we'll do is we will take you guys, we'll raid somebody. Need to figure out how that all works. Again, I have raided once before. Stream manager. Boy, yeah, this is A+ content. You guys are... Creator dashboard. Stream manager. Raid channel. Alright. The thing is, a lot of people are streaming Snap and have a lot of viewers, and so I want to give it to somebody that is not... does not have a ton of viewers. Snap. You don't recognize a lot of these people. I guess people are just streaming for getting drops going for people, which is cool and laudable. Oh, KX4N. We're raiding him. How do I do that? Start raid. Here we go. Alright guys, I'm sending you to KX4N. He has been in my chat. He's a cool dude. Makes good content. And I will be back on later, if not tonight. Probably tonight, but certainly in the coming days. Thank you so much for hanging out. And we will see you again very soon.
Quantum tunnel. What does that do for me?